Welcome to day 7 of our 21 days to prosperity and abundance video coaching with Natalie Pace. Thank you for being with me. Today is day 7, and today is the mantra abundance. Now, it's kind of cool because it kind of circles back. Remember, week 1, getting rid of the old ideas, inviting in the new. And I love the fact that abundance is actually one of the intentions, the other one being prosperity. If you are drowning in bills or drowning in credit card debt, you are not prosperous, right? And you're not feeling very prosperous, even if you try to tell yourself that. So you might not feel that you have abundance in your life if you are drowning and buried alive in bills or struggling to survive. So, how can we create this and start putting ourselves in the mindset of it so that we can just take the action steps so that that can be our destination? If we can see something and we have an action plan to get there, then it can happen. If I can see and I know that this exists and I decide I would like to visit it, then I can create the action plan to go and visit in the big house, not just in a little tiny cottage. So, same thing with your idea of abundance. Okay, here's how it works. Abundance is a state of having more than enough. Sadly, especially with inflation, but also the high cost of living, there are a lot of people who feel the exact opposite of that. They don't feel like they have anything left to give. So, how do we get from where we really are to where we would like to be? Prosperous, abundant, thriving, not buried alive in bills. The first thing that we can do is understand that there is time, there is talent, and there is money. So, let's get into the mindset of abundance, not with the money, but with the time or the talent first, because that is something that's not going to take away from paying our rent. So, what I would like for you to do is to donate an hour of your time. Again, keep the journal on this. Make sure that what you're donating to is something that you really can put your heart into, something you really want to, either something or someone that you really want to benefit. Could it be a family member? It doesn't have to be a nonprofit organization. Should you make a meal for an elder and go deliver it to them? Should you, if you're a musician, should you go and sing with a bunch of people in a senior housing facility that are maybe doing rehab? Just do an hour. Now, when you are donating or giving, never expect anything in return because that is not giving, right? That is a transaction. So when you're giving, no expectations of anything coming back, you really want to put your heart into it, and that whatever it is that you're giving is something that's going to have a positive impact on whomever or whatever it is that you're giving it to, right? So that's what I mean is that stick with something that you really love and put your heart into it and don't expect anything in return. Having said that, every great thing that has ever happened in my life directly came from charitable contributions. So hang on a second, I'll tell you exactly what I mean. So the financial freedom training that I've been doing since 1999 came about because I was doing a silent auction at my son's public school. I was the chairperson, and the women I was working with on that silent auction asked me to teach them what I know about investing. If I hadn't been doing that with them, I don't know that we would be talking about, my investing strategies. But we were all working so hard trying to raise funds for this public school so we could have music programs and a computer lab and all the things that we wanted for our kids that we would spend a great deal of time and talk about a lot of things. And that's how that was born. Then, once I started doing my financial freedom training, I wanted to feature should you invest in green or sustainability? And I really felt like I needed to kick the ground on the projects and make sure they actually worked rather than just featuring anything that came across the desk. And when I did that, I started traveling around the world, including the royal family, and looking at all these sustainability projects and featuring them on various platforms. And in 2015, when I launched the Earth Gratitude Project, I told my partners, I think we could get the king, at that time he was the Prince of Wales, he's now the King of England. I think we could get him maybe year 5, maybe we could get the Dalai Lama year 5. And we actually got King Charles, who was the Prince of Wales then, in the first year. We got the Dalai Lama in the second year. So all of our contributors, it happened because I had first, without any pay at all, gone and kicked the dirt on their projects and featured them, whether, whatever big platform that I could find to feature them on. And so when I went to launch the Earth Gratitude Project and they believed in the mission of that organization, they said yes. So it was actually, again, nobody paid me to go and do the sustainability. Nobody paid me to be the chairperson of my son's silent auction. I didn't expect anything in return. I wanted my son to have better things for his learning at school. I wanted to be able to offer, good ideas about sustainability to the people that were subscribing to my, blogs and coming to my retreats. So it wasn't at all that I was expecting anything in return, but what you get in return is amazing. If the only thing you get in return is to start understanding that there's time and there's talent and there's money, and that all of them are very valuable. I'll talk to you a little bit more next week about the magic token of gratitude and how that gratitude is really at the heart of all of our currencies. I'll talk to you more about that. I'll make a note, make sure I do. But for today, do your abundance training very easily. Again, abundance top of mind. How can you keep it top of mind if you feel buried alive in bills? Well, you got to go back to your wisdom training. You've got to go back to the fire ritual. You've got to go back to how you're going to solve the challenges rather than ignore the challenges or pretend that you can have magical thinking about them. And that is going to say, okay, I have a plan for that. I don't feel abundant while all my money's still going to the credit card company. But as I solve all of this, which I know is all interrelated, the Thrive budget, spending too much on housing, all of these things, which nobody else is going to solve for me, I have to be brave and think of innovative solutions for these so that I can thrive, right? So that I don't have to feel buried alive in debt. I don't have to spend 50% on housing. Then at the same time, not waiting for all of those solutions to manifest, because that could be, honestly, the minute that you fix your budget into a Thrive budget, your life transforms. I'm just telling you, the minute that I teamed up with that other single mom and had that extra money and that extra time, that's when I was actually able to launch. At that time, it was the Women's Investment Network. So, but today, in addition to the solutions that we've already started churning, I want you to adopt the mindset of abundance by leaning into your time and your talent and who you're going to donate it to without any expectation of return. Journal it. Journal it. I can't wait to hear what happens out of that. And I will see you. We'll start week 2 on day 8 next time.